everybody. My name is Harlan Goldstein. I'd like to introduce myself. I've been a chef most of my life. I mean, starting from 14 years in the kitchen. But I started as a dishwasher for 25 cents an hour, and it was a tough job. After we moved to Florida, I worked at a Chinese restaurant called China Lane, and it was all the Taiwanese in there, and they were speaking a language that I never understood. So I needed to have money. I'm raised by a single mother. My mom and dad got divorced basically at one, and it was unfortunate that he really didn't take responsibility. But my mom made me very, very strong, and that was important. My sister Gail also raised me. I remember giving them such grief. But I just wanted to give you a little tour of the restaurant. This restaurant I designed from very, very different to my previous one in Hong Kong. Also, I did it a little bit more elegant. I didn't want to have a fine dining touch. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you a feeling of comfort and really, really, just an unbelievable experience. I knew I wanted to be a chef when I came out of my mother's womb because I was 9 pounds and 6 ounces. I really owe a credit to a lot of people in my life. Alan Nagani, 4-time world champion, and that's Mama up there because I love her and she watches me, and I lost her 5 years ago, unfortunately, but she would have been very, very proud of how I turned out in my life. So this is my family wall, which is very, very important. I was fortunate enough to be able to cook many times for Keanu Reeves, Leon Lai, Jackie Chan, Kun Taksin, and the boss of the head of the immigration, and Kenny Wee. I mean, look, these are all my friends. I know it's privacy, but they're very, very proud, and they help me. This man right here is Richard Hatter and his wife, and chefs tend to be a little bit mental, which I was, and I had a very big alcohol problem when I came to Pattaya. But I've been clean for 3.5 years. I lost 72 pounds. I feel great. I was awarded Michelin star restaurants in 2 of my restaurants. I was very proud of it at the time, but to be honest with you, my star and my Michelin is my customer, because we call them the boss. And the boss is very important because they come and they experience what you try to achieve, and they pay the bills. So I always tell the staff that work with me, guys, you're not staff, you're my family. And it all started here, which I was very, very fortunate enough to be 17 years old. And my mom got me a job in the Montreux Palace in Switzerland. And then one of my best buddies, Jason Boyer, I named his pasta after him, and that's Jambon Chez La Francais. I worked with him, and we were very honored to be able to do the 60th birthday to the most legendary chef in the world, besides Alain Ducasse, Joe Robuchon. It was Paul Bocuse. He was the founding member, and John worked for Fenapont. He was very, very tough. I was 24 years old. After a year and a half, I remember him punching me in the face. I hit him back. He was all bloody. He came to my apartment the next day. He paid me $200 a month. He never said sorry. He bought me a stereo for $1,100, which I thought, oh, how am I going to do that? This is back in the day when, $200 was like 20 million today. And I got paid $200 a month, 16 hours, all the stress you could take. And he was impossible to work for. But guess what? He taught me a lot, and I respect him. And I really wish him just all the best in heaven right now. Because without him, I wouldn't have been here where I was, including Renee Metler and the many, many different mentors that actually trained me. And I went through it. As an American, it was very, very tough to go through this. So I mastered the languages of French, Spanish, Italian, a little bit of German. I do not speak Hebrew at all, or Yiddish. I remember my mom telling me a little bit of words in Hebrew, but that's a weird language. It's backwards. So I said, I don't want to go to Hebrew school. I have never been bar mitzvah. I'm actually Buddhist right now. I'm very into the Thai culture for 20 years. However, I'm proud to be a Jew, and I'm Goldstein. These are some very good friends of mine as well. That's my dog, Galaxy, which he doesn't even pay attention to me unless I bribe him with some beautiful cookies.